What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Take a Hike, and today we're going to discuss the 5 biggest mistakes that hikers make. So number 5, underpacking. I feel like often when hikers go on hikes, they want to pack as light as possible, and you try to shed all the little optional items, but these things can be of the biggest importance. So you want to keep your bug sprays, you want to keep your sunscreens. Other items that you might not want to forget to pack would be stuff like snacks, even things like water. People try to, limit their amount so they can shed weight, but these things are essential. You need your energy, you need your hydration on the trail.
Number 4, not knowing the trail. If you're going to a mountain that you're not really sure about, you don't know the terrain, you're going to be screwed. So it's essential you know what type of terrain you will be hiking and maybe how long it is, how steep it is, what your elevation gain is. Stuff like that's going to help a lot. Say you're doing a really rocky trail, you probably want to go with something with ankle support. Something that's going to be super exposed, you're going to want sunscreen. Just kind of stupid things like that.
A big thing too, this might sound super obvious, but what time of the year you're going to be doing this. Especially if you're in a place like us in the Northeast, we have to deal with different weather. Summer, very good, dry, warm, and then in the winter it's extremely snowy, icy. So you want to be able to know, obviously, when you're going, because you want to pack either a winter boot or something like a hiking shoe where you can have a lot more ankle freedom, and where you'd have more of a flat trail in that case. Something very steep, obviously you want a padded boot, something waterproof of course. So all these things you want to take into account because you want to be prepared for the kind of terrain that you're going to be hiking on. Just like number 5, this has to do directly with what you put in your bag, but in this case it is overpacking. Overpacking can happen a lot, especially if you're going on a backpacking trip. You'll pack a lot of the things you want to bring, all your essentials and things that make the hike comfortable. But the issue with that is obviously you pack on extra weight. People like to be prepared for the things being thrown at them, but you want to know what you need and when you'll need it, because often you pack an extra jacket maybe or an extra sweater, and these things don't need to be used, and it's just extra weight, and it becomes annoying to carry around that extra weight for a long period of time.
And there is nothing worse than packing 4 different jackets and then throwing them on, and then you walk a quarter mile into the trail and then you're shedding all these layers. Usually the best thing to do is find a down jacket, maybe a little fleece under, but don't be stacking like 3 sweatshirts in your bag and just killing yourself. But number 2 is improper attire. I struggle with this a lot because I always think I'm prepared and I'm not. So just basically it comes down to knowing your weather, knowing the temperature outside, and also give yourself probably 10 degrees either way. So say weather's going to say, oh, it's 50, plan for 40 and 60, just around there. That'll help a lot. So if it's too hot, don't drown yourself in a long sleeve. If it's brisk in the morning, just kind of fight through that first half a mile and you'll be fine. Also, if it's going to be windy up top, bring a windbreaker. It sucks if it's cold.
And often when you go on these hikes, like when you hit the summit especially, it becomes a lot windier, and even if you're expecting a clear day or maybe even a partially cloudy day, it can quickly turn into a rainy day. So they come so light and so easy to pack that almost in any hiking situation, it's practical to bring a waterproof windbreaker, because you get rained on, there's wind up top, and for the most part you can stay warm.
Preferably with a hood. Hood helps a lot.
Cover your head, exactly right. Number 1, not bringing enough water. This seems pretty obvious for most hikers. You don't want to be dehydrated, and it's not really an issue you deal with, especially if you're on a long hike, because you'd have your water drops or your water filters. But something like a day hike where you leave your pack behind, you never want to short yourself on water. You do want to not bring as much weight because, maybe you have a camel pack and it's not even that heavy, but sometimes people will just bring like 1 water bottle worth. Hikes are extremely intense, and you sweat a lot, and if it's hot, the heat is just taking all of your moisture out. And if you're dehydrated on the trail, especially if you're by yourself on these trails, it can be extremely dangerous because you won't be coordinated. It will be hard to get help, especially if you're alone in the wilderness. So packing water is huge, and the amount of weight that it takes up should never be a worry. No, never worry about having too much water, because water is the most essential part of a hike, in my opinion.
Yeah, I use a Camelback, and it's, I think, 2 liters, and I fill it all the way to the brim. And I also bring my trusty Nalgene, just because they're super light and they take a lot. It's also easy to hold on. Throw on some fresh sticks, like that Take-A-Hike sticker right there. But it's just a fun, kind of easy to use water bottle. And that is it for today. That's the 5 biggest mistakes we think a hiker can make, and that's a hiker of all levels. But first, we're doing a giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe and then you'll be entered.
Yeah, just make sure you subscribe on this video, like it, share it with your friends. Look at our social media. We have an Instagram. We'll try to share our videos when we post. It'll be
At
handy.
takeahike.co.
At takeahike.co.
And we're also doing, the giveaway will be a North Face hat. So, looking fresh on the trails is also essential.
You want that, exactly right. So, thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time to Take a Hike.